What's up guys, it's Patrick here and welcome to another video on our channel. In today's video, I want to show you one of the most meta and best attacking formations in FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. The formation I want to show you today is the 4-3-1-2. Let's get into the tactics. Yeah guys, so my defensive style is on balanced. If you're starting in the game, I would suggest you to play balanced. You can also try press after possession loss. It's also a very effective style to defend because if you lose the ball, your whole team will press the opponent, and some of your opponents are struggling to play against the pressing if they win the ball. But if your opponent can play against it, then you will get countered very fast. And that's why I suggest you to play balanced. The width is very balanced. It's on 5. My depth is on 7, like I told you in the videos before. Because of the automatically offside traps, it's very overpowered and meta this year because it's harder for your opponents to get into your box. But in this formation, guys, what you can also try is to play it on 5 depth because you don't have a CDM in this formation. So you have 3 center mids, and they are pushing much forward with these tactics because I play long ball as well. And with 5 depth, then your midfield gets a bit more to your own box to defend better. So if you're very good at defending and player switching with the right stick, I would suggest to play the depth on 7. But if you're struggling a bit in defense and you're playing a very offensive formation like this, then I would suggest you to play the depth on 5. Then, like I told you, the offensive style is on long ball. You can also play balanced. It's also very good. You can trigger the runs manually with L1 and R1, but I prefer long ball in this formation because your strikers and your left and right backs and center mids are pushing a bit forward, and you can play very nice through balls to your strikers with your center mids or also with your left back and your right back. And then you have a very offensive tactic which is very hard to defend for your opponent. Then the width is on 5. My players in box are on 6. Corners in 2. And free kicks on 1. Yeah guys, now to my player instructions. In the previous videos I told you that I like to play with my strikers on mixed attack, but in this formation I also tried getting behind, and it's also very good because your strikers making very good runs behind the opponent's defensive line, and you can play very nice passes with your center mids and also with your left back and your right back. It's important that they have good passing stats, but Sambrota, Goretzka, Quadrado and Cancelo in my case can play these passes very good. And yeah, it's very offensive because your 2 strikers are getting behind the defense. Then you have your cam, your 2 center mids are also pushing forward a bit, and also your left back and your right back, and that is very hard for your opponent to defend. But of course, if you prefer to trigger your runs manually, you can also play mixed attack on your strikers. You can also try to play 1 striker on mixed attack, the other one on getting behind, and then decide for yourself which attacking style you like the most and prefer in your tactic. My camp is just getting the instructions stay forward. Then my right center mid, so the more defensive center mid, is on balance attack and cover wing. My other center mid, who is a bit more offensive in my attacking playstyle, who gets involved more into the offense, is getting the instruction get forward and also cover wing. If you don't like to play so offensive because you're struggling a bit defensively and want to stay a bit more balanced in your defense with your midfield, then I would suggest you to have your other center mid also on balance. The most important thing here is that your 2 center mids have the instruction cover wing, like I told you, because if your left back and your right back, who have the instructions balance attack and overlap, are pushing forward, what's very good for the offense. But sometimes, of course, if you lose the ball, then sometimes your right back and your left back are, of course, not in their positions. Then your 2 center mids will cover these spots and drift out wide to help the defense, that you have not so many big gaps in your defense, and it's much easier for you to defend. Yeah guys, then my central center mid is getting the instruction cover center and stay back while attacking. If you need them also in offense, then you can trigger its runs, of course, but you need one a bit more defensive center mid that your whole team is not too offensive. Then my left back and my right back, like I showed you, balance attack and overlap, that they're making overlapping runs in the offense. If you're 2-0 down, for example, you can also try to play it on join the attack. It's much more offensive, but I suggest you to play on balance attack. And if you're 2-0 up or 3-0 up, sometimes many opponents are a bit overwhelmed with these tactics and you get many goals at the start of the game. It happened to me many times. Then I would suggest you to go into the break and think about it to play stay back while attacking to keep the result. What's also very important to know for you guys, sometimes if your opponent knows how to play against those offensive tactics and plays, for example, high pressure, you just have in some situations your two center backs and maybe your center mid as a passing option. Then it's very important, if you get pressed and can't get out of the pressure so easily, to trigger your runs of your left back and your right back with R1, that they are coming back, that you have more passing options. Yeah guys, and that is how I suggest you to play the 4-3-1-2 attacking tactic. Try to adapt it to your style of play to get the best out of it. Try to give it a go and tell me in the comments how it worked for you. I'm sure that these tactics will help you to get more goals and more wins in FIFA 21 Weekend League. If you want to see more content like this in the future, please don't forget to drop a like and a follow. See you guys next time.